Starmer, in my view, has got no morality whatever. Starmer is a man without any serious moral value. Let's get this right. His entire career is a lie. He lied to the Labour Party, he lied to his MPs, he lied to the nation, and he continues to lie. He finds it difficult opening his mouth without uttering a lie.
But most of all, most importantly, it reflects disastrously on the confidence, the mood, the feeling of the nation. Yeah. Everybody is talking about this absolute chaos.
Today, we're bringing you breaking news from the heart of British politics. Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party, is facing unprecedented pressure to step down as startling new revelations come to light. What's behind the calls for his resignation? And what does this mean for the Labour Party's future? Let's dive deep into this unfolding political drama. In recent days, Keir Starmer has been surrounded by controversy, and it's become increasingly clear that his position as Labour leader is hanging by a thread. Sources close to the party have reported growing frustration among senior Labour members, who feel that Starmer's leadership has become a liability rather than an asset. And now, with new information surfacing, his critics have been quick to seize the opportunity to demand his resignation. So what's the shocking truth that has sparked this uproar? According to insiders, several issues are colliding at once, creating a perfect storm that's placing Starmer in an incredibly vulnerable position. For one, we're hearing whispers of policy decisions that don't line up with the promises Labour made to its base, particularly around key areas like social welfare, healthcare and economic reform. Party members are growing frustrated with what they see as Starmer's soft approach to opposition, and some feel he's failing to offer a strong, distinct alternative to the Conservative government. One major sticking point has been Starmer's stance on social welfare. Many Labour voters feel that the party isn't doing enough to stand up for working-class families and vulnerable communities, issues at the very heart of Labour's identity. Critics argue that Starmer's focus has been too broad and has alienated Labour's traditional supporters, who are looking for stronger commitments on issues like wage growth, affordable housing and public service funding. Several Labour MPs have reportedly voiced these frustrations behind closed doors, but now those rumblings are coming into public view. Starmer is increasingly being accused of failing to unite the party around a clear vision. Senior Labour figures, both on the left and in the more centrist wing, are questioning his ability to lead the party into the next general election. They're concerned that under his leadership, Labour risks losing touch with the very people it was meant to represent. And then there's Starmer's approach in Parliament. Many Labour supporters feel he's been too reserved when holding the Conservative government accountable on critical issues, especially in areas like healthcare funding and the cost of living crisis. Despite significant challenges facing the government, Starmer's opposition is often seen as lacklustre, missing golden opportunities to press hard on issues that could resonate deeply with voters. For some, this cautious approach signals a reluctance to truly challenge the status quo. It's also no secret that Labour's approval ratings have been struggling to gain the kind of traction the party hoped for under Starmer's leadership. While Labour has seen slight increases in support here and there, many argue that Starmer's leadership has lacked the momentum to seriously challenge the Conservatives. In fact, some recent polls show that public enthusiasm around Labour has remained flat, with potential Labour voters feeling unsure about whether Starmer can deliver on the promises they care about. And it's not just Labour's MPs who are growing disillusioned. There's discontent brewing among the party's grassroots as well. Labour activists and long-time supporters have voiced their disappointment, claiming that Starmer's policies seem out of step with Labour's founding principles. Some are even saying that Labour under his leadership is losing its identity, moving too far to the centre and failing to champion the causes that brought so many voters to the party. So what's next? There's a growing faction within Labour calling for Starmer to step down, believing that new leadership could reignite the party and bring it back to its core mission. There's speculation about potential contenders, figures like Angela Rayner or Yvette Cooper, who could step in and provide a more direct, forceful voice against the current government. And this brings us to the million-pound question: will Starmer heed these calls for his resignation, or will he dig in and fight for his leadership? While it's not clear if Starmer will step down, What is clear is that Labour is at a crossroads. Starmer's leadership has come under scrutiny, not just for the policies he's put forward, but for the ones he hasn't. His critics say he's failing to capture the energy Labour needs to gain the confidence of voters and stand up to the Conservative government with strength and conviction.